Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the latest edition of Football Everyday, coming to you live and direct from the Star's brand new Studio V here at the One Utama Shopping Centre in PJ. I'm Nelson, and with me today, the usual Football Everyday crew, Zack, Yusof, and ardent Spurs fan himself, Mr. Shebby Singh. Hi guys.
Hello.
Hey, Alright, plenty to look forward to on today's show, as along with all the usual football chat and banter. We'll be joined by a very special guest, Miss Jasmine Ho from Tiger, who will be giving you the lowdown on everything you need to know about the Star Tiger FC Gunning for Glory contest, which of course kicks off tomorrow. Right, but just before that, straight into the football chat, it's the FA Cup weekend, guys, and a couple of interesting games will be taking place. But first, and more importantly, Shebby, let's get your thoughts on the two sackings, managerial casualties, so to speak. You think Chelsea are right to let Scolari go? I mean, it's only been 7 months, right?
Well, it did come as a big surprise, really. But having looked at the whole picture from the start of the season, Sir Alex Ferguson, had come out and said that this Chelsea team was too old. At that time, I think there was a lot of criticism of what he said. But once again, wise man, and I was wise enough, to realize that Sir Alex always makes sense, and I didn't pick Chelsea as my favourites. That needed a massive rebuilding job is needed at Chelsea. I thought they peaked last season. They came ever so close to winning the championship and also the European Cup or the Champions League, but unfortunately, Scolari for me was not ruthless enough. When you come in and you know that you've got too many players on the wrong side of 30, you know that some players have already have gone past their peak, you must be brave enough to make the changes. Scolari was not, and it's no surprise that he's no longer there.
Goose hitting. We all know that he's come in. In the interim, we don't know whether it's going to be long term, but he's coming to take over the rest of the season.
Goose Hiddink has always been known to be a disciplinarian. He works his teams very, very hard. If we look at the South Koreans at the 2002 World Cup, I thought they were one of the fittest teams in the world. Yep. And he did likewise with Australia the last World Cup. What he will do is, he'll try to get the best out of what he's got. And it will not surprise me if we will see more young players, at least 3 young players in the starting 11, as compared to having, everybody in there, who's past their prime.
Right, Zack, you agree with Shebby?
Well,
or should maybe Gianfranco Zola have come in and done a better job being an ex-Chelsea man himself?
Obviously, there's lots of talk about Zola and Steve Clark, the so-called Chelsea dream team coming back. But personally, my opinion is, I agree with Shebby, about the age of the Chelsea team. But I do think that Scolari 7 months to get this right. I mean, that's no time at all to rebuild a team, Zack, which is a job,
When he came in, he should have made it clear that, look, this team needs a rebuilding job, I remember Sir Alex Ferguson going 2 seasons without winning anything, had to take a lot of brickbats, but he persevered and he came out on top. But Scolari was not brave enough. Maybe he was carried away with the hype, I'm going to go coach Chelsea. But what are you going to? He didn't realize the size of the task at hand.
Well, it's strange that he put down one of the factors that, for his sacking. He wanted Deco, Robinho. They only got Deco.
Right.
Would you agree with that? Like the fact that Robinho didn't come is the cause of all of Chelsea's problems?
Well, he knew he needed a young player. He knew he needed somebody, who is a good dribbler, somebody who can, come up with the element of surprise. Unfortunately, that means when he was doing that, he was thinking about Robinho. He knew that his team was, pretty static. Not too much flair about them. Right. Jose Mourinho didn't like flair. No. Avram Grant just continued, and Robinho would have been the one player who could have brought that. Too late in signing Quaresma. So maybe you were right, Zack, in that Scolari was already thinking of changing the way they play, but unfortunately he wasn't given
it's a slow process,
the opportunity.
Right? And 7 months it's no time at all for a massive rebuilding job that is what Chelsea requires.
Right, great stuff. All right, very quickly, let's move on to Shebby. What do you make of Tony Adams' departure from Portsmouth? I mean, look, should he have been given the full-time position in the first place?
No, I thought it was a cheap option to appoint him as the manager. Again, I've always had this argument with football fans, local and abroad. It's like number 2s never make good number 1s, and unfortunately, Tony Adams fell into that category.
Right.
Zack, quick one. We knew it was going to happen, Nelson. I mean, it was just a matter of time. Portsmouth team in free fall. And you know, it's a results business now,
and
unfortunately.
Again, Zack, don't you agree? Like Tony Adams wasn't brave enough. I mean, him having been an accomplished defender, his defense was rubbish. Campbell, Dista, and David James. Once again, I mean, you know, he epitomizes the word calamity.
Yeah, but like, you know, to me, just a quick point on that. You know, yes, he's not brave enough, but like, you know, if you drop James, who are you going to put in? I think the team was weak.
It doesn't matter. You drop the first choice goalkeeper, he gets the message, he bucks up, or otherwise you go sign another goalie.
All right, great stuff, guys. But got to cut you off there for a short while because it's time to take a little break right here on Football Every Day. But we'll be right back before you know it, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Football Every Day here in the second segment, and as mentioned to you earlier, right, we're joined by a very special guest today, Miss Jasmine Ho, and she's Tiger's brand manager. Thanks for joining us, Jasmine. Welcome on the show.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Say hi, guys.
Hello, Jasmine.
Finally, we got somebody good looking on the show.
Yeah. It's about time, right?
About time.
All right, but she's here to of course, you know, tell us more about the Star Tiger FC Gunning for Glory contest. So we got to start with that. The contest kicks off tomorrow, Jasmine. So we got to ask you, what made Tiger choose the Arsenal versus Chelsea match in the UK, having sent 2 winners to Barcelona the last time around?
Well, Tiger is in association with Arsenal, and that's why we managed to get tickets for the game. It's a very big game, and it's very difficult to get tickets. I'm sure you all know that it's impossible to get the tickets unless you live in the UK. So we managed to get the tickets, and therefore we're giving it away to give other people a chance to go for this game.
Ever been to London yourself?
Yes, I have, but not the match.
All right, and this time I believe what's different from the contest last time around is that there's something little extra that participants have got to do before they submit their entries, right?
Yes, you have to be a member of the Tiger FC, meaning you have to log on to the...
I'm a member.
Oh,
I think Shebby's a member.
I've got the shirt.
yeah,
that you?
but I don't think you can join the competition. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately.
You can't join.
Right. Okay. So so they got to be a member first, and to do that, they've got to log on to www.tigerfc.com.my.
Yes, and they must be a legal age drinker.
Right.
Yeah, you can't be under 18 to join Tiger FC.
Right.
Oh, Zack, you just qualified.
But obviously I can't join.
Jasmine, I mean, you have a great relationship, Tiger with Barcelona, Tiger with Arsenal.
Yes.
How has this relationship benefited your brand globally?
Globally, it's, well, how we do it is basically we have all this association with them, therefore we get all these special tickets and we use them to give aways, which people can't have. You can't even buy with, even if you have money, you can't buy it.
True.
Yeah,
True.
so.
All right. So very quickly, could you just tell us once more about the prizes that are up for grabs this time around in the Gunning for Glory contest?
We're giving away 2 match tickets to the game, all expenses paid.
Right.
Which is great because not
Wonderful.
many people can do that. It's an expensive prize. And then we also have this right here with a signed jersey.
Wow.
Money can't buy. If
signed
you
jersey.
win it and you can sell it on eBay, it costs a lot of money. We've got the Tiger FC home kit here, right here, which is a beanbag and the Coleman, so you can have your own Tiger session at home.
Right, brilliant stuff. And I'm sure there's lots of Tiger FC merchandise, other Tiger FC merchandise as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Make sure to grab your copy of tomorrow's Football Everyday Pull-Out, right? Starting tomorrow till March 6, okay? And collect 2 questions each week for 4 consecutive Fridays, okay? Then compile all 8 answers, complete a simple slogan, and send your entries to us either by email at football@thestar.com.my, by hand at our office in Menara Star, or by mail no later than Friday, March 13th. And at the end of the contest period, we'll also have a grand finale right here at Studio V on April 3rd, where the finalists will face off for the grand prizes, which, as Jasmine mentioned, are 2 trips to the UK to catch Arsenal versus Chelsea live in May. Right. You know,
it is going to be a big
Yeah.
clash because the way things are going at the moment, Chelsea with the new manager, Arsenal with Andre Arshavin, just somehow I think, you know, Tiger makes the right decisions, taking people to the El Clasico as well.
That's right. I think,
Jasmine, I mean, in the future, you know, can you just give us a hint of, you know, what other areas you will be involved in, or what more can the fans expect from you?
That's when you have to log into Tiger FC website. You'll get all the information there. We won't share it with you because it's supposed to be secret.
All right. So once again, what's important before you take part in this contest, right, is to log on to tigerfc.com.my. Make sure to register as a Tiger FC member if you're not one already. Then grab the contest form from the Football Everyday pullout, collect your answers, fill in the slogan, and you know what to do, right? Especially for Chelsea and Arsenal fans. I'm not used to saying those two names,
Chelsea
man.
and Arsenal. I want to ask Jasmine though. You know, apart from the football, you know, London's obviously a really vibrant city. I mean, you enjoyed your time when you were there, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you get up to, mate?
I went to the pubs a lot.
Did you?
Yes.
Excellent.
The beer is great.
Just checking out whether
You'll make good company, I
Tiger's
guess.
actually being stocked in a lot of bars in,
Yes, it
in
is.
London now. So
Yeah, how would you consider that? I mean, you know, are you a serious threat to the local brands now over there, or are you still working on it?
No, we want to be in Asia.
yeah.
Well, you are the kings of Asia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, nowadays Asia rules, right?
Great stuff, guys. All right, Jasmine, that's all the time we have.
All right, thank
this
you.
segment. But thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much to Tiger for sponsoring this wonderful contest again, for coming back on Football Everyday. We'll see you at the grand finale, right?
Fantastic.
We'll be right back here on Football Everyday. We've got to take a quick little break, so stay tuned. And you're back with us here on Football Everyday for the third and final segment of today's show. Straight back into the football chat, right, where it's the FA Cup 5th round this weekend, guys.
I'm looking forward to it now.
Key matchup on Saturday would definitely be at the Vicarage Road Stadium, Shebby, where Watford play host to, well, not managerless Chelsea anymore, now that Goose Hiddink has come in. Shebby, bro, could this be a potential banana skin, you think?
No, I would have thought maybe with Scolari in there would have been, but you know, the new manager syndrome, I'm sure the Chelsea players will be up for it. I think it's a bad time for Watford to play them. I expect Chelsea to win this comfortably.
No romance of the cup then, Shebby?
No, it's difficult to see that happening in this game.
But Watford aren't doing too badly in League One themselves.
Yeah, but I think
at the moment.
the circumstances at Chelsea, you know how players like to impress the new manager,
Right.
and I think, like I said, it's the wrong time.
You know, Sheb, I really think, you know, Watford's got a fine pedigree in the FA Cup. We all remember, some of the older fans out there will remember Watford making it to the cup finals. I certainly do. They played Everton, I do believe. 83.
That's how he remembers.
Andy Gray. Everton won the game, but I mean, you know, the Graham Taylor years saw Watford.
I would have thought, I would have thought, you know, because Chelsea have been conceding goals. They've conceded goals,
It's
you know,
not gonna
to
be easy.
almost
Score as well,
everyone. Yeah, but Goose Hiddink, I mean, he personally will want a winning start, and you can't ask, you know, for a better start than play against a team from a lower division.
Straightforward win, you think? For Chelsea?
Yeah, I think it'll be comfortable for Chelsea.
All right, and moving on to Sunday's matches, this is one Zack's been waiting for.
Sure.
Your team, you know, Zack, Everton, take on high-flying Aston Villa
That's
at
right.
Goodison Park.
That's right.
I think having already knocked out Liverpool, can the Toffees do Aston Villa?
Certainly can. You know, I mean, judging by the league game that we played against them not too long ago. Okay, Everton lost, but we lost in the final minute of like injury time to Ashley Young goal. But if you had watched that game, I mean, Everton were all over Villa, so I expect more of the same.
Right.
I think confidence is high in the team at the moment. Everton are playing well.
I think we're looking at contrasting styles. Aston Villa, all-out attack. You know, they play a very
pacey,
positive
they
game.
got a lot of
Whereas,
pace.
Everton, high work rate. You know, let's contain the opposition first. Let's stop them playing in certain areas.
Yeah.
And that is why it was a thriller the last time they played.
3-2 and
but I think it could go to a replay. I don't know, Zack. I mean, you the Everton fan.
Well, you know, as an Everton fan, certainly you want to finish the game at Goodison Park, and I think we're playing well at the moment. A big miss, obviously, is Joe. Everton are going to have to play with no strikers once again. I think Saha's still he's still made of glass. They haven't put him back together
and
again.
the point that I would like to make is Cahill. Tim Cahill was in Japan playing for Australia in
so
the
he's
World Cup
flown halfway around the
qualifier,
world,
and he looked knackered. I mean, 80th minute mark, you know, he could have had a clear run at goal. His legs just buckled. Under him, he was taken off. Now his fitness is going to be key if Everton are going to win this game.
Yeah, but you know, I'm confident. We got Super Dan Gosling back in the fold. I mean, he can fit in there. And Andy van der Meed, remember him?
Yeah.
Well, he seems to be back in the fold. He's earned a reprieve.
That's right.
And I expect great things this Sunday.
Score prediction, you think?
Oh, mate, 2-0. Come on, you Blues.
You agree with that?
Replay at Villa Park.
Wow, okay. Awesome stuff. But a few last words from Shebby on the Derby County versus Man United tie at Pride Park. Can we expect Fergie to give his youngsters a run out, or do you think he wants to avoid a replay?
Yeah,
go for
not
the
this
kill
time.
and get it done with.
Yeah, in the Carling Cup, he had 2 legs to play, so he could go to Pride Park and play a lot of youngsters because the return leg was at Old Trafford where they whitewashed Derby County. It will be difficult. He will play his best team. He will have to play his best team, and I do expect Man United to win. It will be difficult, but I think 2-0 will be the final score.
Oh, I definitely agree with you. I hope you're right, man. But alright, that's about all the time we have on today's show. But make sure to grab your copy of the Football Everyday Pullout tomorrow once again. Alright, as the Star Tiger FC Gunning for Glory contest kicks off tomorrow. And it goes on for 4 weeks, alright? And we just mentioned all the details earlier on. For more details, you can of course look back at today's podcast, read it in tomorrow's pullout as well, or do drop us a line at football@thestar.com.my. Alright, until next week, enjoy your football, and we'll be back on Thursday as usual, so keep it right here on Football Everyday.